In just the last couple of hours, we learned that the architect of that humongous college admissions scandal that we all came to know as Operation Varsity Blues, he's being sentenced to 3.5 years in a federal prison and getting hit with millions of dollars in fines. Rick Singer pleaded guilty a few years ago to racketeering and money laundering. You remember, he even ended up wearing a wire to help the FBI with its investigation. Prosecutors say Singer got $25 million from parents, including the actresses Felicity Huffman, Lori Loughlin. Some of that money he kept, some of that money he used to pay bribes to coaches at top schools to get those parents' kids into college. Vaughn Hilliard is joining us now. So, Vaughn, let's start with the sentence here because it kind of splits down the middle. The government wanted more than 6 years. Singer's team was only looking for probation. And in court, we heard Singer today basically saying, I did all of it. Tell us more.
And ultimately, he's going to have to spend 3.5 years in prison. Now, that is less than what prosecutors were looking for. They said, look, the crime that this man committed not only ultimately convicted more than 50 other individuals, including parents and coaches in this scheme, but this is an individual, Singer, who also attempted to pocket more than $15 million. He paid out, they say, $7 million in bribes here. This was a detailed, nuanced, very explicit operation that he put together over the course of years. And so it's not quite the 6 years they were looking for, but after that 3.5 years, he will be on home detainment for 3 years after that. As you said, Singer did himself say, quote, I am responsible for my actions and my crimes. I did all of it. I just wanted to help kids and families. I lost my ethical value and have so much regret. That is what he said in front of the judge before the sentencing here just earlier this afternoon, Hallie.
I think it's important to remind people, and I think people probably remember, I don't know, people streaming, like, this was a huge deal when this happened because it came out that, like, the lady from Full House, the lady from Desperate Housewives was wrapped up in this. So much money. The way that Singer tried to get some of these kids into college, creating fake pictures, fake resumes that they could play sports that they actually couldn't play. Like, some 50 people have been convicted in this whole operation. Is this sentencing for Singer, is this kind of a moment of closure in some ways?
This is finally it. He was the ringleader in this. The last trial, other than his own, wrapped up here in the summer of 2022. But this was an investigation that began back in 2018, and Singer was helping the FBI in their investigation. He even wore a wire, which his defense lawyers made the case to the judge as part of their effort to try to get him to not go to prison, that he was crucial to the convictions of those more than 50 individuals. At the same time, the prosecutors in front of the judge ahead of that sentencing made the case that there were at least 6 individuals that they are aware of who, during the course of that investigation, the one that he was helping, he also tipped off at least 6 individuals about the undercover investigation that was taking place. That is where you see, instead of the 6 years in federal prison, $3.5 million, and I think it can be left up to the public to determine whether they believe that is a harsh enough punishment for an individual who was wrapped up in such a scheme as this, Hallie.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.